Okay, let's go ahead and create our tutorial number 2 in MuseScore. We'll go ahead and start with the setup wizard. Okay, and we'll create tutorial 2, and I'm the composer, and we'll continue from there. Okay, here we want to add a piano because this is a grand staff, and that'll work just fine. We'll continue. Our key signature is A for this example. And then we're going to create a pickup measure. Okay, where pickup measure will be 1-4, but of course it'll show 4-4. And then we change the number of measures to 5. Great, and we're all ready to go. Okay, so that's nice and quick. All right, now we're going to play. We're going to go ahead and enter in our notes. Okay. And because this is 2 voices on one staff, here, let's just pull that over here for a second. Okay, we have a basic chorale here, 2 voices on each staff. We're going to go ahead and enter the notes in. I press the N key to get started. And then we just start, I'm going to use my MIDI keyboard to play it in. Let's see. All right, so we now have our first voice. I did end one extra measure. I wasn't quite sure whether or not it was going to ask me to do things in, if it was going to count the first measure or not. All right, and so now we want to go, we're going to escape, and I'm going to press Command 2. Let's see, I don't know if that actually did it. Okay, so we'll go back here to N, and we're going to press voice 2. It looks like I have to do Command 2. Is that what it is? Let's see. Let's try that. Command 3. Nope. Command 2. I'll have to work on that shortcut. I don't know. It's not working particularly well. And I'm going to enter my second voice anyway. So here we go. Okay. Now down here on the bass staff, since I'm already in voice 2, I think I'm just going to go ahead and get started right here, and we'll click in our first note, and then go from there. Oops. Wrong note. We got to go down an octave. Right, and then right back to voice 1 again. We'll go back to the beginning. Okay, and starting on a 5, we'll be starting on the G chord. Oops. Okay, we'll fix that and type in the rest of the notes. Wrong note. All right, and so now we have everything in there. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of this extra measure here. And so we'll just kind of click on it and go up here to the Edit menu and delete selected measures. All right, so we have all of our notes in there. We don't need the piano name, so we'll click on that staff, go to Staff Properties, and we'll just delete the names, and that'll make it go away. And we're set pretty well. All right, so let's go ahead and let's zoom in here and make this a little easier to see. And so now you can see our notes. All right, so our next step is to enter in our chords and our key signatures. So let's go ahead and start out by entering in the chords, the shortcut Command K. Now, in order to enter in the chords, let's see, if I enter it in like this, I end up with a font that I don't really want. And so I'm going to have to go up, and the real problem is that when we got to the diminished symbol, we couldn't find it. But there is a way to fix that, so we're going to go ahead and edit the general style. And to do that, you go into Edit General Style and select Chord Names, and there are a number of different types of fonts. These will all end up looking kind of like jazz lead sheet fonts, and that's okay. But each one of these is a little bit different, but they tend to work a little better. So I'm going to use this one, the C Chords /RB, and click OK. And I'll click Apply, and you can see that it does change it into kind of a handwritten thing. But that's okay, I can live with that. And so now we can start enter these in, and each time we enter them, they'll give us something that looks a little handwritten. But what's really nice is that when I get to the diminished symbol, it will go ahead and adjust that for me too. Okay, and so my chords, and the reason I chose this one is because it will let me use the dash for minor, which is my preference. If you don't mind that, then you don't have to worry about that. Oops, what happened there? A/E. Okay, now that's a little buggy there. I found that once you've entered a chord, it's really kind of can be difficult to get rid of. I'm sure there's a better way, but I haven't found it yet. So we finally got rid of it. So now we'll escape, and we'll try entering the chord in. I'm not exactly sure how it went away, but it did. Okay, A/E, E7, and then A. Okay, so there are all our chords. Okay, so the chord symbols are entered in. Okay, so now my next step is to go ahead and enter in the lyrics, and so I'll click on that note, and we go up to, we can use the shortcut command L, but before we do that, we're going to have to go in and change the font again. And so here we're going to edit text styles, and we're going to go to Lyrics, Odd Lines, and we're going to go find our Sicilian numerals font, because there's no font built in for this, but that's okay. All right, and then we're going to raise that up to 18, and then we can go ahead and enter these. Okay, so Command L, and so it's 5, 1, 7, diminish 6, 1, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, oops, 2, 6, 1, 6, 4. Remember, that's a shift 6 and then a 4 to get them on top of one another. 5. I'll make my 7 go up, and by pressing the shift key, and then 1. And so now we have all of that. Now this is looking pretty good. It's actually laid itself out pretty nice and everything, and you can see that you know, this measures, and some measures are not using as much space, and so it ended up looking pretty good. The only thing I don't like right here is I've got a little bit of a collision here, so let's go up to the Style menu, edit General Style. Okay, and on the page we need to change the lyrics upper margins, and so we'll just push that up just a little bit. Yeah, that's close enough. I mean, I don't have a collision there. If you're really worried about it, you could always go in and do it just a little bit more. Yeah, I think that looks just a little better. And so there we have it.